Hi Aquarius, this will be the second half of your October video, so we'll go ahead and get started. And first we'll take a look at like relationships and couples, things like that. And then we'll briefly look at singles, and then we'll end it with career and workplace and finances, that sort of thing. So, okay, so we'll go ahead and get started. I talk to myself a little bit when I shuffle, so don't worry if you don't hear something. I will speak very clearly when it's time to talk about the cards. Okay. All right, second half of October for Aquariuses. Right now, I'm going to put down the cards of the person you're dealing with in love, and let's see where they're at, and then I'll put down yours and see how you guys are like kind of working together, you know, that sort of thing. So show me who Aquarius is dealing with in love, please. Show me their cards. Highest and clearest for this reading, please, for the second half of October. How they truly feel about outcome for their energy now. Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay, all right, interesting. Okay, all right, and let me put down your cards, Aquarius, and we'll see. Interesting. Aquarius, how is Aquarius feeling towards singling out, please? For Aquarius, highest and clearest. Okay, here we go. Okay. 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 All right. So, interesting situation. All right. You guys do have the Seven of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So that tells me, because it looks like there's a little something going on here. But it also tells me with the Seven of Pentacles, at least it came out on your side. Like you're willing to work on this and see where it goes and nurture it to see, you know, to like put in the work to grow it further. So, okay. So who you're dealing with in love is very odd because there's two tens in there. Now this isn't necessarily like what's going on with you. This is just kind of what's going on with them. So they have two tens in their reading, and the Queen of Cups is in the center. So you could be dealing with a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. That's possible. But the Ten of Cups is usually a card about being happy. And sometimes it's a card of marriage also, of like having a family and things like that. The Queen of Cups here looks very, just very, gosh, I don't know, like the word. Like she's not present. You know, it's like she's just kind of staring off to space. She's got her glass of wine. She's got her legs crossed just so, and you know, she's putting on the, you know, and this could be a guy, you know, it doesn't matter, but you know, same energy kind of thing. But it also could be dealing with a Taurus because I see the bull horns on top of that throne there. But I just I don't know. I get a very distant feeling from this person. Like they're there, like they're warm and all of those things, but like in their head, like they're distant. Okay. With the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Cups, it's just a little weird because it you know, the Ten of Swords is about totally being done with something, but the Ten of Cups is about happiness. So it could be that they just kind of don't know, you know, what they're doing right now, and it's like they need something, you know, they want something done, you know, they need to be done with something in order to have their happiness. So that could be it too. How they feel towards you, they have the Two of Cups. So there's love here, you know, for sure. Two of Cups is a very, you know, very close card. You know, it's a card of mutual love and you know, sincere love also. But with the Seven of Wands, I feel like maybe they think that you might be, because this is the way they feel about you. So, you know, they might feel a little defensive themselves, or they might feel that you are being a little bit defensive and sort of blocking like communications or, you know, the things like that. A little bullheadedness, you know, so it could be them being that way or, you know, them thinking you're that way. especially with communications. I just feel like they're open, like their chest is open. Usually that's a sign of like wanting to communicate or being free. The person's not like this. They're like open and they want to communicate. But with this, there's like this club ready at the hand. So it just feels to me like there's just some sort of blocking in communications between you guys. So their outcome card is not so hot. It's the Eight of Swords. So it's kind of like the Eight of Swords is a little bit, they have like so much passion, behind them. It's just, this big roaring fire, and it's wow. But they feel like trapped, in a sense. They feel bound, and they feel like they're blind to seeing things, like they can't see the way, or that sort of thing. But there's like all this passion for you, most likely. It could be their own passions, but it's probably passion for you that they feel. But it's like they're just trapped by it, and they're not sure like how to achieve this happiness. This could also be somebody who's married that you're dealing with. That's very possible too, and that would make a lot of sense actually. On your side, you have the Five of Swords, you have the Page of Swords, and you have the Emperor. So the Five of Swords is usually, it's a little combative, energy. It's a little bit like protective of, the passion, whatever is passionate, makes you passionate. It's like being protective over that. Like, no, don't F with my, passions, that sort of thing. Which would be very Aquarian, I would think, in a sense, because, it's like you guys, appreciate, you need your things, that are just yours, and your freedoms and things like that. So it could be maybe, that maybe this person challenges that a little bit or something, and you feel like you have to really protect that part of you, so that could be, with the Page of Swords. I don't know. I just see with these swords and things, I just feel like a little bit like there's a little bit of anger issues here, and then a little bit of hiding some truths, in a way. With the Emperor, the Emperor can represent marriage. It can represent just being in control of oneself, that sort of thing, kind of like taking the bull by the horns, that kind of deal. So it could feel, like maybe you kind of feel like that. Like, you need to protect what you're passionate about, or what your things are that you like, and that sort of thing. And, if you have to be a little bit, not combative, but a little, I was going to say immature, but I didn't want to offend anyone. Okay. Because the Page of Swords, it's not, but it's like in a cute way. Like, it's not like mean or malicious or like you're immature, but it's like kind of like getting your point across, but in like a fun kid kind of way, I don't know if that makes sense or not. That's kind of what I feel like you might need to do that in order to keep your control and, control over the things that you want to do. As far as how you're feeling towards, the person that you are dealing with, not so hot. You have the Moon card and the Five of Cups. So the Moon card, sometimes it's secrets, things like, maybe that you may be keeping from them, or maybe you feel they are keeping things, from you. That could be. The Moon card is also, it's a deep depression-ish kind of card, sometimes a little bit about overindulgences and things like that. It's dark, it's dark energy, it's heavy, and that's kind of how you're feeling towards them. And with the Five of Cups, it could be over, it could be like regret about something, because this is sometimes indicative of like a third-party situation. So you might feel like maybe you made a mistake with something like that. That's possible. Or it could just be, you feel they have regret, over something. So, again, it's really hard to, the energies can be transferred. But either way, I mean, whatever the situation is, you probably know it, because this is your part of the reading. So you're probably, if this is resonating, you're probably feeling this. So, it's heavy, it's dark, it's deep, it's a little sadness, all those types of things. Now, your outcome card is, not so great. You've got the Five of Pentacles. So the Five of Pentacles is feeling like being left out in the cold, feeling a little rejected, feeling you know, just not part of things, you know, kind of chased away. You know, there's like this angry dog, like, you know, barking at them saying, you guys don't belong, you know, that sort of deal. So, you know, it's just both, you know, both the outcome cards are not that great. I mean, I do like this part because this is about like nurturing and growing something and seeing where it goes and being willing to work on stuff. I'm going to pull one card for like your mutual. And since these are your individual outcomes, I'm just curious to see more towards the end of the month what your mutual type energy together would be. So I'm pulling one card for that. So one card, please, for Aquarius and their love interest, please. Aquarius and their love interest. Where's this going for Aquarius and their love interest? Okay. All right. So you guys have the Devil card. So Devil card, you know, it probably means like, for the time being, this will probably get sorted out kind of thing. Devil card's all, you know, very common card, shows up a lot with things, you know, where you guys are just so connected, so bonded, that it's just hard to let each other go, or but it's also hard to have a healthy relationship. You know, so unfortunately, you know, sometimes these things go on for a really long time because it's just so seductive, you know, so that you just keep coming back together. And I don't feel like you're apart anyway in this sense necessarily. I just feel like it's you know, I mean, chances are that everything's, you know, somebody's going to reach out, I think, definitely. Yeah, and you do have the Ace of Cups here too, with the King of Cups. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, there's a little stuff coming up the road too that might not be so hot, but you know, yeah, it is what it is, kind of. But I mean, you know, they're not super strong cards in that respect. And the Devil card, you know, I mean, I don't mind seeing that come out in the reading sometimes, but with this kind of energy, you know, this Ten of Swords, we've got this Five of Pentacles, we've got this deep and heaviness, we've got somebody feeling trapped. You know, I don't know. This is maybe one of those things to start, you know, it's like, you know, piecing together a little better, you know, and like that Seven of Pentacles that was under the deck about nurturing and growing the tree, you know, growing things, you know, because you don't want to stay in the Devil energy forever. You want to grow them and you know, make them into something, you know, much more, you know, and joyful than the Devil card would be. So, I mean, not a bad, you know, outcome. You know, it looks like, I mean, I don't see breakups. I don't see things like that, you know, going on here. So, but it's a little heavy energy for you guys, unfortunately. And that part kind of sucks, but it does look like things probably towards the end of the month will be like kind of at least, you know, mended for the time being. Okay. Until the next event, you know, but hopefully, you know, maybe it'll grow out of that, you know, maybe, you know, you guys will work on stuff and it grows even better. So, okay, let's look at Aquarius singles. Aquarius singles, please. Aquarius singles. Aquarius singles for the second half of October. Okay. Whoa. Okay, Aquarius singles. All right. First of all, you have the Wish card at the bottom of the deck, Nine of Cups, followed by a reconciliation card, okay? And then followed by the Two of Cups. Okay, so this is good. All of your cards are good. So we have the Three of Coin. So this could even be somebody that you meet at work or something like that, or just somebody that you're working on this relationship together. You're working on getting this going. You see a positive thing. You guys seem to just work well together, you know, kind of deal. So this could be fairly recent. I mean, with the reconciliation card, that could be something else. I don't know if this is the same person because this is at the bottom of the deck. This is something else. But you do have the Ace of Cups here right in the center. So that is awesome. It's some kind of offer also, you know, of some sort, and offer of love. Next card is the Four of Wands. So the Four of Wands could even mean that maybe you guys are working together to move in together, you know, to take this up, you know, to actually make a commitment. So what was dating, what was just, you know, that type of relationship has now, you know, kicked up a notch, you know, and maybe you guys are considering actual commitments, you know, or like I said, just possibly just moving in together or something like that. So those are really good, bright cards. With this might be a separate story, or this might be combined too. I get the feeling this is new and fresh, like not somebody that like you keep coming back to and keep coming back to. I feel like that's this one, like this is a separate story for some of you other singles. But the wish card is here at the bottom of the deck. So it's like a wish fulfillment card. So that's nice, that's a good energy to have. And with the judgment card, it very well could be, this could just, if it's not a reconciliation with somebody, it could just be, this is just the perfect timing and everything just seems right. And you feel kind of renewed and reborn again, that sort of thing. And again, with the Two of Cups here, this is a pretty solid, this has got some possibilities. So I really like it. Actually, you guys had the best, I think, so far, the best singles reading. Everybody else had like a whole bunch of like nothing or like crazy married people and all that kind of stuff. So you guys had a really good one. So awesome. Awesome, Aquarius. Okay, let's look at your love, work and career and finances for Aquarius for the last half of October, please. Okay, last half of October for Aquarius, for work, career, finances, that sort of thing. For Aquarius is watching this video, highest Aquarius is highest Aquarius is watching this video regarding their work and career type things. Okay, there it is. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, awesome. So Ace of Swords is your outcome card. I should really like play that up more suspenseful, like talk forever about the cards and then make you wait for the outcome card. But you know what? It's a good one. So I'm going to give it to you. All right, Ace of Swords. Awesome. So crowning victory, something good, a new beginning, new start, or just like being victorious in something. So that's awesome. You have a lot of people in your reading, but that doesn't surprise me for an Aquarius. You guys usually have a lot going on, a lot of networking, people, things like that. So right in the center, you have Temperance card and you have Three of Wands. So this combination to me, usually like in a career type reading, indicates to me that it's like, have patience, because, whatever it is that you have been working on or are expecting to come in or expecting to pay off or something like that, it will, but it just requires patience right now. And I know that's like no fun to hear, but they're very bright cards. It's just a matter of saying it's coming. Just, we're trying, the universe is probably trying to make just the right adjustments for you kind of thing. All right. So, with the King of Pentacles at the bottom too. So this could be, you guys, I don't know though. There's so many, not because I know Pentacles are earth signs, but there's so many people in this reading. I don't really know. So this usually represents, so you'll have to help along, I'll tell you who the people are and maybe you can fit it in, what they are. So the character traits of the King of Pentacles are typically a businessman, very astute, very likes to invest in things, has pretty good, solid foundation for himself, that sort of thing. At the top, you have the Four of Coin. So this is kind of about holding on to what you have right now, so it's kind of like not going crazy, not spending a bunch of money, just sort of, kind of keeping what you have, keeping it close to you, close to the vest, sort of, all right? Now, opposite, you have the Emperor in your recent past, and you have the Queen of Wands in your near future. Okay, so again, just a lot of people. And the Emperor could even, this could indicate like some sort of organization or something like that too, because sometimes I see that in reads. It's really hard to tell. It's the recent past, so honestly, I'm not that concerned about it in any way. The Queen of Wands, however, is in the near future. So the Queen of Wands is very creative, okay, very instrumental in getting things going, not necessarily like a hard physical worker, because queens and such and kings, they're more delegators, okay, so it's not about like kind of working your ass off, but it is, but maybe mentally, and being able to tell other people how to work their ass off, kind of deal. So, this could be like a promotion into some sort of position like that, or it could just be you being, you know, kick-ass and creative and coming up with some new stuff. You know, it could be a person in your life. You know, it's really hard to tell. There's so many people. It's just difficult. And now we come to yet another one, which is the Empress. Okay, so the Empress is in your position. The Empress is awesome, abundant, you know, does very, you know, well. So it's a very good card to have in your position. So that's, you know, saying, you know, you'll feel more abundant. You'll feel like things are starting to work for you. You know, creativity will pay off, you know, that sort of thing. Now you do have the Hanged Man here and the Four of Swords in your like hopes, dreams, and fears, which I don't, that doesn't pay much, you know, pay much mind to that. But the Hanged Man is a little interesting. So we'll look at that. What is the Hanged Man here for? Another person. Well, they're all people, I guess, but you have a king, you have an emperor, you have a queen, and you have the Empress. So, all right, interesting. All right, Hanged Man, Hanged Man. What's the Hanged Man here for Aquarius? Coming towards Aquarius, Hanged Man. Okay. King of Swords. Okay, interesting. But you are working. So it's not like cutting you out of anything. All right, that's good. Could be something legal. So for some of you who are like waiting on something legal or some sort of legal decision, it could be that it's that it's stagnant for a period of time, or doesn't just, or appears as if it's not doing anything. You know, there's been no progress, something like that. But you do have the Ace of Swords, which is a card of victory at the end. So I would imagine at some point it would pick up, you know, and like more towards the end of the month. For others of you, got again another king, just more people. Like the people don't really help tell me what the cards are. You have so many people. King, king, queen, empress, emperor. All right, let's see. Try one more on that. King of Swords, King of Swords, King of Swords. Swords. And it wouldn't be you because it's like coming towards you. Yeah, again, justice. Yeah, and the King of Swords usually is legal type thing. So I just feel like whatever this is, oh yeah, ooh yeah, gonna set you off on a new adventure. So, you know, if you are waiting on some sort of legal type judgment or, you know, court case, something like that, or if you are in the legal field, perhaps too, that could be. Yeah, I don't know. It's a little tricky because there's just so many people can't figure it out. But with the Justice card, you know, I do feel like this is fair. It's just everything's like coming towards you. It just seems stagnant right now, and it just seems like it's not going anywhere, but it will, and it's working in your favor, Aquarius. So I really like that. Again, you have the Ace of Swords. The Fool card is at the bottom of this Justice card I just put out. So like whatever this is, it's like karmically balanced. You know, if it's not a legal issue, it's karmically balanced. It's going to set you off, and you know, you're going to feel free again, you know, and more yourself most likely. And let's see, one more. Okay, all right, cool. All right, and with the Ace of Swords, I just tried to clarify that a little bit too, but you know, High Priestess came out, so it's saying it could be a million things. Use your intuition. You know, so you know, I can like throw 50 million cards on it, but it's going to mean different things to different people is what that's telling me. So, you know, it's like use your intuition. So whatever you thought of, like when I pulled this victory card and that sort of thing, that's probably what it is for you. Okay, and also the Three of Pentacles is here at the bottom of the deck. This is about collaborating with someone. This is also sometimes a new idea. So this could be like the birth of like a new idea, because the Queen of Wands in your near future, she's an idea person too. She comes up with ideas, you know, to get things going. And this Empress card, you know, that's in your position too. That just like it's like the birthing of things too. Sometimes that's what the Empress is, you know, and of abundance and things. So this could be a new idea that you are working on. Maybe you want to collaborate with a couple other people on this. You have the King of Wands, and so that could be a fire sign. And you have the Death card at the bottom of the deck. So, I mean, I don't see this as you know, this could be like a Scorpio, you know, or just like maybe this King of Wands is able to invest in whatever idea you have and it transitions it into something else. You have the Queen of Cups, you have the King of Cups, you have the Strength card. You have a lot of good cards, you know, so I feel like, you know, there's something here, you know, that could turn into something decent for you guys, all right? And with the Victory card, that's awesome. So for others of you, like, this is just a work reading. I mean, you know, I really don't know what to say. There's just nothing exciting going on in that respect. So if you're just looking for, like, if you have something really heavy going on at work, this reading probably isn't, you know, going to resonate. I don't see anything that heavy going on here. I see this more as like expectations of something, and, you know, and then seeing it through, you know, with the Ace of Swords and that sort of thing. So okay, I'm gonna leave it there. And okay, Aquarius, I hope you enjoyed your thing. And if so, thumbs up is great. I like comments. I read all the comments, and subscriptions help my channel too. I always appreciate those. And I will see you guys for November. Have a good, fantastic, awesome rest of the month. Okay, bye. Thanks, guys.